My name is Mina. I am 22 years old. I live in Kabul. This is my story about music, hope, and loss. I grew up in a strict family. My father made all the rules. My mother never argued with him. I had 3 brothers. They could do anything, but I could not. I could not go out alone. I could not choose my clothes. I could not laugh too loud. The walls of my house felt like a prison, but I had one escape: music. When I was alone, I sang quietly. Songs my grandmother taught me before she died. Old Afghan songs about mountains and rivers and love. Singing made me feel free. It made me feel alive. I dreamed of singing in front of people someday, but I knew it was impossible. Everything changed 1 year ago. My cousin told me about a private music class. A young teacher named Sami held lessons in a small room above a bookstore. He taught traditional Afghan instruments and singing. The classes were secret. Only a few students. All young people who loved music. My cousin said it was safe. She said I should come. I was afraid. If my father found out, he would be very angry. But I wanted it so badly. I needed something that was mine. So I lied. I told my father I was taking English classes with my cousin. He agreed. He thought English was useful. He did not know I was learning to sing instead. The first day, I climbed the narrow stairs to the music room. My heart beat fast. I heard the sound of a rhubarb playing. It was beautiful. I opened the door. 6 other students sat on cushions on the floor. And there was Sami. He was 24, but looked younger. He had kind eyes and a gentle smile. He wore simple clothes, a brown vest over a white shirt. He held the rhubarb in his hands like it was precious. When he saw me, he smiled and said welcome. His voice was warm. I felt less afraid. Sami was different from any man I knew. He did not order us around. He encouraged us. He said music was our right. He said Afghanistan needed singers again. He said the streets used to be full of music, and they would be again someday. When he spoke about music, his whole face lit up. I could see how much he believed in it. I was not a good singer at first. My voice shook. I forgot the words. I felt embarrassed. But Sami was patient. He said everyone starts somewhere. He said I had a beautiful voice hiding inside. I just needed to let it out. His words gave me confidence. Weeks passed. I went to class 3 times a week. Each time, I felt happier. In that small room, I was not the silent daughter. I was Mina, the singer. I wore my favorite dress, even though I had to hide it under a long coat outside. In class, I took off the coat. I let my hair show. I sang loud. For 2 hours, I was free. Sami noticed me. I knew he did. Sometimes our eyes met while I sang. He smiled in a way that made my heart jump. After class, he sometimes asked me to stay. He wanted to teach me extra techniques, just the 2 of us. Those moments felt special. We talked about music, but also about dreams, about hoping for a better future, about wanting more from life. I started to have feelings for Sammy, real feelings. I thought about him when I was home. I counted the hours until the next class. I chose my clothes carefully, hoping he would notice. I practiced singing alone so I could impress him. I knew it was dangerous to feel this way. I knew nothing could happen. But my heart did not listen to my mind. One evening after class, Sammy asked me to wait. The other students left. We were alone. He sat across from me. He looked nervous. He said he needed to tell me something. My heart raced. He said he thought I was special. He said my voice moved him. He said when I sang, he forgot all his worries. Then he said he had feelings for me. Feelings he should not have. But he could not hide them anymore. I could not breathe. I wanted to hear these words so much, but I was also terrified. I told him I felt the same way. His face brightened. He reached out and took my hand. His hand was warm. We sat there holding hands, saying nothing. Everything was in that silence. We knew it was complicated. We knew we had to be careful, but we decided to try. We would meet in secret. We would build something together slowly. We would wait until the time was right. Then, maybe we could find a way to be together properly. For 3 months, we lived in a beautiful secret. After classes, we stayed late. We talked for hours. He played music for me. I sang for him. Sometimes, we just sat close to each other. Sometimes, he held me. Those moments felt like heaven. I had never been so happy. Sammy said he would talk to my father when things were safer. He said he would do it the right way. He said we just needed to wait a little longer. But Afghanistan does not let you wait. The situation in the country grew worse. The government was losing control. The Taliban was gaining power. Everyone was afraid. Rumors spread that they would ban music again, that they would close schools, that women would lose their freedom again. Sammy became worried. He talked about maybe leaving the country, going to Iran or Pakistan, starting over somewhere music was allowed. He asked if I would come with him if he left. I said yes without thinking. I would follow him anywhere. As long as we were together, nothing else mattered. We planned to have one last big class, all the students together. We would perform for each other, celebrate the music we learned. Then Sammy would decide about leaving. The class was scheduled for Friday evening. Thursday night, I could not sleep. I was excited and nervous. I practiced my song over and over. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted Sammy to be proud of me. Friday came. I told my father I had an English exam. He let me go. I wore my blue dress under my coat. I walked quickly to the bookstore. I climbed the stairs. My heart was full of joy, but when I reached the door, I heard shouting. Men's voices, angry voices. I froze. The door burst open. 3 men with guns came out. Taliban fighters. They had hard faces. One saw me and shouted. I ran. I ran down the stairs. I heard footsteps behind me. I ran into the street. I hid in an alley. I waited until I heard them leave. When silence came, I went back. My whole body shook. I climbed the stairs slowly. The door was open. I walked in. The room was destroyed. Instruments were smashed on the floor. The rhubarb was broken in pieces. Cushions were torn. And there was blood. Dark red blood on the floor near the wall. Students were crying in the corner. My cousin ran to me. She held me. She said the Taliban came asking about Sami. They said music was forbidden. They said he was corrupting the youth. They beat him. They dragged him away. No one knew where they took him. I searched for Sami for weeks. I went to hospitals. I asked everyone. No one knew anything, or they were too afraid to tell me. His family said the Taliban took him outside the city. They said he never came back. They said I should forget him. But how could I forget him? Months passed. I never sang again. The music died inside me. The room above the bookstore stayed empty. Sometimes I walk past it. I remember the sound of the rhubarb. I remember Sami's smile. I remember feeling free, but that world is gone now. Sami is gone. Music is gone. Hope is gone. All that remains is silence, and the memory of the last class we never had.